Let me put you through a hypothetical, Ray. Let's say that some good little boy decided that he was gonna be bad for today, and that quote-unquote good boy
Yes sir, we back with another Kagurabachi video. Not even gonna waste our time with this one. We gonna jump right back into it. And before we even jump right back into it, I know y'all about to be like, REG Elite, what happened to chapter 5? Shh, chill out, y'all just gonna have to wait for that one. But picking straight up from where we left off in the last chapter, we see Samura getting the news that Kunoshige was murdered and all the enchanted blades were stolen. Then wasting no time pulling back up, we see Yura coming in after offing 2 guards. And I swear, this man Yura was straight up mentally torturing this man Samura the whole arc. Everywhere Samura went, there he was. And apparently there's 3 more of them outside. So Samura asks if Yura is a part of an organization and if he killed Kunoshige. Yura immediately claims the body and tells him that they're called the Yashaku. Samura asks if they're planning to kill the sword bearers and Yura straight up tells him yeah, in fact they've already killed one of them. Yura then goes on his usual rant about negotiating about the future with Samura. Samura asks if he doesn't cooperate if they'll kill him, to which Yura obviously agrees. And Samura is not going for that prophecy conversation. He says that the seal on the Shinichi is strong and was fine until the Hishaku stole it. He then says that they're the ones that's trying to unleash the malediction. Yura feeling like Socrates as always, following up with questions asking Samura how could he be so sure that the seal will remain intact. He follows up and says that the small country of Shikoku has been sealed off, but the flowers produced by the Shinichi are still there. Since it came from the Shinichi enchanted blade, the flowers are made of pure spirit energy. And Yura says if the battle was truly over, the flowers would have been disappeared by now. He goes on to say that the flowers are proof of the sword master's bloodlust never ending even after the war. Mind you, this man has been in prison underground for nearly 2 decades and his spirit energy is still on the island, powered by nothing but his hatred and bloodlust for those islanders. Yeah, Chihiro's,
so that every day when I wake up with fresh hatred.
Ain't got shit on this man. I don't care what no one says, Buddy was a problem, he had to go. Yura says that the sword master already did the impossible before and there is nothing stopping him from doing it again and breaking that seal. He says instead of eliminating the possibility, the sword bearers denied the risk and hid the truth, and that's their sin to carry. Yura says his goal is to wield the Shinichi and execute the sword master. He then says it was the sword master who caused the true realm of the Shinichi to manifest the malediction. He then says his goal is to end the malediction.
Yeah, alright.
We'll see about that. He then asks about Iyori, and Samura says that being with him was only a burden. Yura, being a straight up menace, tells him he was hoping for another pawn to use to help kill the sword master. He then says for the sake of the future, he'll give Samura a chance to atone for his sins. Just straight up bringing up his PTSD throughout this whole flashback. Samura is grappling with the possibility as we see Yura call out his name and tell him, let's end this menace together. And that's how the plan to off the sword master was born. We skip over to Iyori fresh after Samura left her with her aunt. The news about Kunoshige's death is fresh and going around, and that basically caused the Kamunabi to be over her like a hawk. 6 months later, we see the Masumi construct the spell that sealed Iyori's memories of her father away. She goes over all the tribulations she suffered for being Samura's daughter. All the bullying, all the fights, all the vandalism, everything. She thinks, even going through all that she went through, she was still able to see her mother's last smile. Samura even left her a note before abandoning her. Pause. I'm sorry, but how did Samura write this? He's blind. Bro must have used the echolocation of his pen clicking to write that. But in reality, I'm gonna assume the Masumi wrote it for him. Going back to the present day, and we see the aftermath of Chihiro clipping Hirohiko. Chihiro basically little bro Hirohiko and showed him there's levels to this. Apparently Iyori destroyed the seal all on her own. We see in the background that Todo came in with the assist and got Hirohiko out of there. Hirohiko says that the sword softened the blow and the wound is shallow. He straight up told Todo he don't need heals, he need that enchanted blade.
Go home and get the gun. Go home.
She says that they have it, but then we see her getting cut off as we see Sumi telling Chihiro that she can handle the fodder and to help out Iyori. Iyori then thanks her classmate for coming to help her out. This dude might be the MVP of the arc. Dude showed up when it was seconds left on the clock and helped Iori awaken. But we know most people might not even have him in those MVP talks, just how Cade Cunningham isn't in the talks at MVP this season either. Straight robbery. Iori just straight up locking in and holding the fighter off. We then see her back to back with Chihiro, and I'm not gonna lie, it might be a little early to say this, but Chihiro might be in those discussions of the greatest team player of all time. We saw what him, Hiyuki, and Hokuri was doing in the Rakuzashi auction arc, and if this fight lands well, he'll be going 2 for 2. He just can't miss. But enough glazing. We see Chihiro ask Hiyori did Samura teach her how to fight, and she says yeah, but it's her first time wielding a real sword. Iori's first time wielding a real sword and Chihiro learning actual swordsmanship? Yeah, they both going rookie of the year. She then says as long as she has her eyes closed, it's all good, and that, just like all of us, confuses Chihiro. Iori thinking internally about if she can get stronger, then maybe Samura will stay with her. She then looks up at the sky to see the owl from Tobimune and asks if that is her father watching over them. Chihiro tells her if the seal is broken, that means Samura must be remembering her too. He then says he can't come because he's on a mission to kill all the contracted sword bearers. We then see Chihiro flashing back to Rose telling him if he draws N10, then Samura will sense the spirit energy and come to kill him. At the same time, Todo gives Hirohiko Kumeyuri and she tells him the same thing. He's already injured, and if Samura senses the spirit energy, then he's cooked. Hirohiko tells Todo that he thinks Chihiro will draw on N10. Bro basically said,
"Job's not finished."
Gotta give Hirohiko his props, bro's a dog. Chihiro telling Iori her efforts wasn't meaningless and she has a chance to reach her father. As he says that, he's looking cold as hell, taking off the glove, preparing to grip on N10. Iori then cries out saying she wants to see her father. The chapter then ends with Chihiro drawing N10, Hirohiko drawing Kumeyuri, and Samura appearing from the sky like he fell from heaven and drawing on Tobimune. And yeah, that's the end of Kagurabachi chapter 74. So far, I've been loving the way Hokazono has been recontextualizing Samura's character, making us want to root for him. He's also been cooking up with Iori and Samura's relationship, giving them both depth, and right now, they are both the best written characters in the manga in my humble opinion. If anyone asks, Kagurabachi got aura and good writing. You don't see that every day. We can only trust that Hokazono will continue to cook up for us next chapter. Till then, love y'all boys. God bless. Stay smooth, y'all.